Welcome, and thank you for joining us today for the AT&T DrivenBI webinar, the private cloud alternative for business users. We are delighted to have you with us today. My name is Kathleen Douglas. I am the Senior Vice President of Global Sales and Alliances for DrivenBI. And with me today is Ray Jagger, who is Director of Cloud Services, Hosting and Application Management from AT&T, and also Kevin Tai, our Senior Product Specialist from DrivenBI. We are very excited to collaborate with AT&T in this opportunity. Our goal is really to deliver our self-service data analysis in a private cloud for companies that require high-trust, compliant infrastructure. And our relationship with AT&T allows us to do that. And the webinar today will describe what that resulting solution is and how it may benefit your organization. During the webinar, all attendees will be muted, but you are welcome to post questions. We will be monitoring and collecting your questions, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. To begin, we'll start with our safe harbor statement, simply to say that the information that we're talking about today is not a commitment or guarantee or warranty of any of the technologies being discussed. So let's take a look at what our agenda is for today. First, I'll spend just a couple minutes talking about DrivenBI, a little bit about the company and how we've come up with this solution and the relationship with AT&T. And then also we'll go into a product demonstration. So we'll talk a little about a use case, and then you'll see a live demonstration of the self-service analysis technology, SRK. After that, we'll explore a little deeper what the challenges are in developing the environment that is high trust, and how a private cloud solution might be the best solution for your organization. Following on that, Ray will take us a little deeper into what does the AT&T private cloud deliver, and how does that drive the DrivenBI solutions. So our intent today is to really take this to a much more technical level, really get you to be able to see kind of under the covers what's going on not only with the private cloud infrastructure, but also how SRK fits so well in that infrastructure to support your reporting and your analysis needs. And at the end of that, we will wrap up with questions. So please feel free to type your questions in, get those to us, and we will be looking forward to having that discussion with you at the end of the webinar. So what is DrivenBI all about? Well, DrivenBI has been in the business intelligence business, in the technology, since 2006. So over 8 years of experience with a very seasoned leadership team that has come from multiple business intelligence organizations prior. And so bringing all that knowledge and expertise into DrivenBI, we developed our own business intelligence solution platform. What we're going to be looking at today is actually our second generation of those technologies. The first at the time being a very traditional business intelligence platform that was focused on the robustness of a client-server architecture. But very quickly, we saw this trend of the cloud. And what we recognized in that trend was the ability to take what we were doing in business intelligence and take it to a totally different level. So now we could do business intelligence in the cloud. And what that meant was that we could actually be doing things very, very differently. And one of the things that's different is that this is a cloud-based architecture. So the flexibility that you get in the cloud architecture is well beyond what was offered in years past. So we take advantage of that by building our solution from the ground up as a cloud-based architecture. The second part is that with the business intelligence solutions that were out there previously, a lot of the more traditional BI, IT-centric solutions, they were much more complicated and they required programming. And we saw an opportunity to replace that and say there's no need now to use IT-centric business intelligence tools. We have built from the ground up in this flexible cloud infrastructure a technology that is also easy enough for a business user to use. There's no programming, and there's really not a requirement for heavy IT resources to work with you in creating the types of report and analysis you need. So we describe our solution as a cloud-based, self-service data analysis platform. So I've talked about what cloud-based is. What that self-service is about is really addressing you, the customers, the frustrations you have with two different aspects of trying to get the analysis you want. One side of it, the IT-centric BI tools, that could be very cumbersome and also require a lot of cost and resource associated with them. They also can't deliver as quickly sometimes as you'd like in terms of getting the right reports at the right time as your business changes. Then you've got the other side of the spectrum. This is replacing spreadsheets, because what we found when we talked to companies and we talked to their business users, we found that they were using BI IT-centric tools, but what they were doing was they were grabbing information out of it so they could put it in a spreadsheet and do the analysis they really needed to do. That to us seemed like it was replicating a lot of the effort that was involved, and there's also a lot of cost and a lot of security concern around using spreadsheets to do the analysis. So our solution, SRK, which we'll be talking about today, is focused on taking the cost out of implementing that real-time analysis by replacing spreadsheet analysis and replacing the IT-centric BI tools, specifically for the business users. So we deliver ease of use, which you'll see in the demonstration, the consistency of results, no longer worrying about how many versions of spreadsheets are floating around the organization, no need to worry about whether or not the data you're working with is current or not. You'll have control over that. And then thirdly, company-wide collaboration. And this is a really interesting aspect of what we saw when we went into a cloud-based solution. We realized that once we've done that, we now have the ability for our customers, once they create an analysis, to use that analysis to drive action in their company. So that collaboration can help move organizations and improve a business process, their operations, or the performance of their entire organization. We have customers worldwide, and working with AT&T and our partner exchange, we're very excited about being able to provide the option of the private cloud, which we'll be getting into a lot of detail today on. As a separate item, we are also a Salesforce customer and a Salesforce partner. So you will see that we have an app on the Salesforce App Exchange that specifically addresses the requirements that Salesforce customers have. Many Salesforce customers do the same thing that we were just talking about. They have reporting that's inside Salesforce that they can use, but they don't have a way to get other data into Salesforce and do that analysis. So they quickly take the reports they've done in Salesforce and export them into spreadsheets. Now they no longer have to do that. With our app off the Salesforce App Exchange, they are able to stay within Salesforce and use SRK within Salesforce to be able to pull data from finance, from marketing, from HR, from other departments, so that they can get a better understanding of what their operation is doing and how their performance is going. So it's been a great help for the Salesforce customers as well as all of our other customers in their reporting and analysis requirements. So let's go to see what SRK is all about. Let's do a live demonstration. We'll talk a little bit in the beginning of this video about the use case that was designed for our customer, and then we'll actually show SRK in action.
With dynamic changes in the healthcare industry, healthcare service providers, such as hospitals, have to meet ever-increasing regulatory and price demands. Not only are providers faced with adopting costly systems such as electronic health records, but are also faced with cutting costs while doing so. Given this formidable challenge, hospitals of all sizes are struggling to keep up with industry and regulatory compliance and staying profitable, all at the same time. Cloud-based technologies that focus on business users' needs rather than IT's can offer solutions with more flexibility and lower costs than IT-centric approaches. But hospitals also voice concern about compliance and security with having their data in the cloud. The joint force of a global cloud service provider and a self-service cloud analysis platform now offer the best of both their technologies for delivering business users focused analysis and compliance required for data security. To begin, let's look at an example of a West Coast-based hospital that is looking for a business analysis solution without reliance on IT and backed by a trusted cloud infrastructure. In the past, they were doing operational analysis and planning by spreadsheet analysis. Like many other hospitals, this hospital is experiencing reductions in reimbursements and increasing government mandates, leading them to appoint a special committee to investigate and assess an affiliation process. In this case, the hospital believes that affiliating with another provider is necessary to ensure survival during this unpredictable period in the healthcare industry. The committee's first objective is to audit the financial performance of the hospital. However, the hospital is only able to produce financial reports for their organization as a whole and is unable to produce detailed analyses of their facilities and services, not to mention being able to collaborate on the analysis and drive actions across multiple facilities spread across multiple locations. Without an accurate and itemized report of the hospital's finances, the committee would be unable to proceed with the audit now or on an ongoing basis. Needing a timely and actionable analysis solution, the hospital looks for a flexible and cost-effective analysis platform that also complies with federal privacy guidelines for healthcare data, including both HIPAA compliance and data security in the cloud. The answer? DrivenBI's self-service analysis platform, SRK, deployed in AT&T's high-trust private cloud. Cloud-based SRK, implemented in a high-trust private cloud through AT&T, is an ideal solution for their needs due to the following. Rapid implementation. SRK is capable of importing and consolidating data from multiple sources without the need for data warehouse, ETL, and programming, allowing for a quick turnaround. Flexibility. Customize your analyses and charts around your data without having to rely on IT or programming. Cost effective. Without the need for IT to implement data warehouse, ETL, and programming, and any additional capital investment for purchasing hardware, software, and ongoing maintenance, SRK provides the best return on their investment with the least total cost of ownership. Secure. SRK in AT&T high-trust private cloud secures data through the latest cutting-edge technology, including multi-level security controls and dedicated servers. As a result, SRK complies with all industry privacy safeguards, such as HIPAA, HITRUST, PCI, and ISO 27001, for enforcing data security and compliancy in the cloud. Within weeks, not months, the SRK self-service analysis platform, hosted in AT&T high-trust private cloud services, is up and running for the hospital. And in a matter of days, they are able to produce the analyses required by their affiliation committee, as well as isolate areas where they can reduce costs. It used to take them weeks to turn around their complicated spreadsheet analysis with expected data, formula, and versioning errors that most spreadsheet users struggle to avoid or prevent. Over the following weeks, they also integrate SRK's automated features and collaboration tools to their operational workflow to achieve not only accuracy and consistency in analysis, but also transform analysis to become actionable sharing among the teams and facilities in multiple locations seamlessly and securely. All of this accomplished on SRK, the self-service analysis engine in the cloud, with AT&T's high-trust private cloud services. Welcome to SRK's use case for hospital demonstration. By leveraging SRK, the self-service analysis engine in the cloud, our hospital client is able to easily extrapolate and manipulate data from their electronic health records and other systems to produce required financial analysis against their operational data across multiple functional areas, all without the need for data warehouse, ETL, programming, or IT. Improve operational efficiency through the use of real-time dashboards, customizable thresholds, and automatic notifications. Provide industry-compliant security by utilizing SRK's robust access controls and auditing capabilities, while being hosted on AT&T's high-trust private cloud service. One of the most powerful features of SRK is the ability to automatically import, transform, and remap any data source without the need for data warehouse, ETL, or programming. SRK supports Excel and CSV file types, as well as the ability to pull data from a variety of data sources, such as Salesforce reports, MySQL servers, Oracle databases, NoSQL databases, and more. In this case, the hospital configures SRK to automatically import, transform, and consolidate their EHR outputs. And with SRK's centralized logic, import scenarios only need to be configured once. Using SRK views, they customize analyses around select key performance indicators. And again, with SRK's centralized logic, there's no need to reconfigure the desired analysis when there's new or incremental data. Using SRK pages, they carefully juxtapose select charts to produce intuitive and effective real-time dashboards. With the combination of SRK views and pages, business users are able to produce actionable analyses by having the ability to customize nearly every aspect of how to import, process, and display their data. Given the hospital is looking for a profit analysis of their hospital facilities and services, they produce 3 levels of analysis: hospital financial overview, by facility, and by service, with monthly and weekly breakdowns. In addition to producing the financial reports they need, SRK pages are able to help them quickly identify where the hospital can cut costs. For example, the monthly financial overview dashboard provides a general analysis of the hospital's overall performance. Looking at the top left, we see that for the months of September and October, service charges climbed drastically, which matches the spike in patient admits for the same period. However, as the hospital's business increases, their profits fall rather proportionally. Therefore, it is not excess capacity hurting profits, but possibly operational costs. The bottom left chart shows that the ER in particular is severely unprofitable. Inspecting this facility closer will help us verify if it is truly high costs that are hurting profits. Using the SRK menu, we can easily access the ER dashboard. The first thing you may notice on the top left is, like with the hospital financial overview, the ER's charges and profits experience a bump and drop beginning in September. The correlation between the hospital's overall financial performance and that of the ER points to the possibility that the ER facility is a major factor in the hospital's profitability issues. The ER's cost and reimbursement chart on the top right emphasizes the severity of the ER's cost issues, particularly for September and October. Costs are significantly higher and reimbursements lower when compared proportionally to the hospital. With SRK, operations analysts are able to set business performance thresholds on any chart to alert them to problem areas just in time. For example, on the bottom right, the chart not only shows that the ER experienced a spike in patients for September, but also shows that the ER exceeded the capacity threshold that has been set. Lastly, the bottom left chart shows the least profitable services of the ER for September, with medical surgery supplies being the least profitable by far. After analyzing their custom SRK pages, the hospital performs an internal review, revealing the ER had ran out of supplies in September due to overcrowding, and had to rush order supplies at much higher prices than usual. With the power of SRK, they were able to quickly determine that their hospital could begin cutting costs by adjusting their supply inventory and reassessing their suppliers. SRK also features powerful collaboration tools like automatic notifications, shareable reports, and task assignments. Concerned with unprofitable services, the hospital set an automatic notification that would notify the corresponding department manager when a particular service was dipping below negative $25,000 monthly profit. With real-time notifications, organizations can prevent and correct problems before it's too late. Needing to produce and share clear and professional reports, the hospital's financial analyst can easily save their views and charts as shareable SRK reports. SRK reports also include the ability to annotate individual records, as well as provide comments for the entire report, allowing organizations to achieve actionable sharing reports for just-in-time collaboration. When a task needs to be assigned, the hospital's officers and managers just need to select a relevant record in the report and click Create Task. Then, they simply designate an assignee, provide a summary, set a due date, fill out any other necessary fields, and click Save. The task assignee will receive an instant notification on their handheld devices by email and/or text, and on the SRK homepage to tell them what needs to be done, including a direct link to the corresponding report. With SRK's collaboration tools, the hospital is able to coordinate their team members and take action, all on a single platform. Most importantly, the hospital's healthcare data needed to be on a system that complied with federal privacy regulations, namely HIPAA. Through the collaboration with AT&T, SRK can be implemented within the secure and dedicated environment of a trusted private cloud. AT&T's high-trust private cloud services for healthcare is protected by layers of security controls and managed by AT&T security experts. SRK, running in AT&T's high-trust private cloud, does not only comply with HIPAA, but also other industry standards such as PCI and ISO 27001. Unlike the public cloud, where the hospital's data would be stored on a shared cloud infrastructure, AT&T's private cloud stores their healthcare data in a dedicated cloud infrastructure, allowing for unparalleled security. AT&T's private cloud solution also enables flexible shaping options such as virtual private networks, firewall management, server customization, dedicated storage, and more. DrivenBI's SRK platform features advanced security controls, including granular access controls and extensive auditing capabilities. With SRK access controls, administrators can assign roles that restrict organization members from accessing specified data, charts, and/or SRK views. For example, an administrator can designate a user as the emergency room manager, who is only able to view data related to the emergency room. When the emergency room manager opens an SRK view, they will only be able to see the records pertaining to the emergency room facility. However, when an administrator, for example, opens the same SRK view, all the records are available. SRK's access controls are highly customizable and are able to accommodate nearly every security scenario. SRK also features the ability to audit every change made to an organization, whether it's importing, exporting, creating, editing, or deleting. Every single modification can be recorded and viewed by designated administrators, even tracking when, who, and what was done. The power of SRK, all within the secure and dedicated environment of AT&T's high-trust private cloud, is the ideal solution for any organization requiring a flexible analysis platform that complies with all federal privacy laws. After implementing SRK, the hospital is able to produce the detailed financial analyses necessary for their affiliation committee to continue their investigation, and received several proposals from interested hospitals, which are currently under committee review. They also continue to reduce operating costs and increase revenue by utilizing their self-designed SRK views and dashboards to assess and improve performance for specific operating areas in their hospital. Furthermore, by having SRK and their data hosted in AT&T's high-trust private cloud, they are confident in their compliance with HIPAA and other privacy standards. SRK's self-service analysis in the cloud delivers the power and flexibility to design and create the analysis that fits your business requirements, with the speed and quality that the other BI tools cannot deliver. Bring all of your data sources together and design your own analysis within days, not months. Improve operational performance by using your analysis to automate notifications, take action, and collaborate on results. Ensure compliance with industry standards by deploying SRK in the dedicated infrastructure of AT&T's high-trust private cloud. Industry-compliant self-service analysis in days, not months, with DrivenBI's SRK in AT&T's high-trust private cloud. Email us at info@drivenbi.com to schedule a demonstration today. Thank you.